Okay, welcome to part 13 of my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In our previous episode, Link entered the Ice Palace, where he found the blue mail, which halves the amount of damage he takes from enemies. Link also fought Cold Stare, and rescued the fifth of 7 maidens imprisoned in the Dark World. So, if we check out our map, you can see that the 6th crystal is located in the Swamp of Evil, in the southwest corner of the world, of the overworld, in the Dark World. Now, you can tell, if you look right there, the Swamp of Evil is completely enclosed by mountains. There's no way into the Swamp of Evil from the outside, which is a bit of a problem for Link getting in there and rescuing the next maiden. But it turns out that there is one way to get in there, and it's not from the Dark World at all. Really, the quickest way to get there is for Link to transport himself to the Light World. I'm going to use the magic mirror at this point. And Link can use the flute. It turns out that the southwest corner of the Desert of Mystery is actually a spot where the bird from the flute can fly. We may have seen this in an earlier episode. It's just a raised cliff area right here, but we couldn't access it, of course, because we didn't have the flute, for one. We hadn't been to the Dark World yet. And we couldn't do anything even if we could get here because of the heavy black stones. But underneath this black stone right here, I'm going to lift this one first, underneath this one is a transporter to the Dark World and a secret way into the Swamp of Evil. So you can tell, looking at the map, we are inside the Swamp of Evil. We managed to get around the fact that there is no path into the swamp from the outside by coming in from the Light World. So go ahead and jump off the cliff, and there are a few things you can find in the swamp if you do a little bit of exploring first. I'm going to head along this corner right here, and I'm going to head into this cave right here that has a bit of an ominous face on it. Avoid the sparks. And once we make our way down here, there's a little sliding puzzle for us to move blocks around and try to figure out how we can get to these treasure chests. So inside here is piece of heart number 21, along with 20 rupees. We're down to the home stretch on heart pieces. We only have one more heart container we can gain from acquiring pieces of heart. So next we want to check out the other side of the Swamp of Evil. There are a couple more caves we can look in. So this flying bug mosquito man offers to tell us a story if we give him 20 rupees. And he at least restores our health for making us pay 20 rupees to figure that out. So somehow we have to manipulate the weather if we want to make it further into the swamp here. And sure enough, in an earlier episode, we picked up a tool that will let us do that. There should be one more cave that we can look in. Actually, I think it is not even in the Dark World. It might be in the Light World. I'm going to go ahead and stand in this spot right here and use the magic mirror. Not in that spot exactly. I'm going to head a little bit more to the left. Okay, we have a boulder here that we should be able to pick up and reveal a staircase leading down. And we have a sliding puzzle here. So, let's take a minute to take a look at the puzzle. I think if we move this block, and then this... Can't move that block. That should let us get to the heart piece. Heart piece number 22, acquired. Alright, head back through the transporter. We are now ready to enter the dungeon. So, in order to access the dungeon, we have to make the evil weather stop. So if you look at the floor there, that symbol matches one of the medallions that we picked up. The medallion of ether. So if we stand on that spot and use the medallion of ether, the rain in the Swamp of Evil will stop, exposing the entrance to Misery Mire. It's time to head inside. We are now in the 6th dungeon. Beneath your feet, a few yellow Zolls will appear. Just like before, they don't really pose much of a threat. Like the ice dungeon, you do need the hookshot to make it across this one. There's no way to proceed if you haven't got the hookshot. A couple of the dungeons you can do without the hookshot. I think maybe 3 and 4 you can do without it. But this one you definitely need it. So Popos are back, Popa, and we also have a new enemy here called the... It's either Wizrobe or Wizrobee. I always call them Wizrobees. And we also have the Beamos statues back. So the Wizrobees will actually disappear after they launch their magic spell at you. So clear the room, and we should be able to proceed. We've got 2 doorways up here on the higher level, and a staircase leading down. Avoid the Medusa statue as best as you can. Don't get hit by the fireballs. And we see these enemies in the wall. They are eyes that shoot laser beams. So there's no way to deflect those lasers, so just avoid them for now. And this leads us back to the same room. So make your way as quick as you can. Whenever you have the big key, you'll be able to unlock the big chest. But we don't. So there's absolutely nothing we can do at this point. So we'll have to come back up to this upper level later. So make your way downstairs and try to avoid the sparks as best as you can. There is a rabbit beam underneath that pot. We see a couple of these roaming fire beams there. And we can go up 3 paths. I want to check out. There is a door right there that has a key. So unless the key is underneath this pot... Oh, I can't go because of the blue block. So I will have to find a crystal switch to do that. So I can either go through that door or this door. So for now I'm going to go ahead and go through this door on the left. There's also a locked door there. And the rest are blocked by the crystal switch. So 2 doors we can go through. I'm going to go through this one on the west wall. I don't believe any of these break open if you bomb them. I'll drop a bomb just in case, but I am 99% certain that does not go anywhere. Okay, now we have the roaming trap, but now it can go in more than one direction. So let's go ahead and let's check out this area across here. Now remember, we can use the magic cape to head across the spikes safely. And we can see that there's another door up here that requires a key. So we will have to come back to this area later. Got a couple whiz rubies. We are unable to deflect their magic, so we will have to figure that one out later. Okay, this room only contains the big key door. So the path forward is clearly not through this door. That leaves one other door for us to check out at this point in time. Let's head through this northeast door. Take out the Popa. And unlike something we've seen earlier in this dungeon, one of the torches actually shoots fireballs at you. So we can go three ways. If you push the block, you can go north. But let's check out this room. Avoid the sluggulas. They drop bombs. I'm going to try to use the magic powder on the bubble. Sluggulas are surprisingly hardy. And that brings me out on the other side of these blocks. So for now, there is no advantage to going through this door. So that means we can either go left, go east, or north. Let's check out the east door first. We have got a couple of Stalfos and a Bimos statue. We also got a key. And we can use the magic cape to walk safely on these spikes, pick up the switch, and find another key. So let's go through the actual door here first. Takes us to the room we were in before, but we couldn't do anything at the time. Still need to find that crystal switch. We can head across. I'm going to go through the door directly across first. And this is a very big open room with a couple passageways that lead below. And we will be back to this room, for sure. I was not able to block that fireball. And we found the crystal switch, as well as another key. So now we can finally head to where we need to go. Get on the other side. Avoid the rabbit beam if possible. And dodge the Medusa statue's fire. Make it through this door to the south, which takes us into the room we were in before. I think I'll avoid that bubble for now. This room was still off limits to us. Nothing useful in there. I'll let that bubble go. Oh, it was coming back. Shoot. Okay, that door does not open. You can only come through from the other side, but we have another key, so we can go through this door now. Watch out for the floating Stalfos skulls, as well as the fireball launcher. If you can, use magic powder to defeat the fairy. And we have another crystal switch now that we have a key, so it's a lot easier to get where we need to go. 2 Bimos statues and a Sluggula in this room. And this room just shows us that there is a treasure chest, but we can't get to it yet. Even if we try to use the hook shot, we can't go over that ledge. So we will be back. We have a key, we can head through this door. There are a number of torches here, but it won't do us any good at this point because we've got all these floor tiles attacking us. So dodge the Medusa statue, dodge the floor tiles, and once they're done, we will light the torches in this room to see where that leads us. Okay. Now we can head through the north door here. There are a couple Igor statues here, and it turns out that we were able to open this because the crystal switch is down, and we got the dungeon compass. So you can see that that door will now open. So, no need to go up through there. Let's go ahead and check out the bottom. Take out the Wizruby and the Slugula. We have a berry here. And we found a large magic jar to repair all of our magic, restore it all, thankfully. Okay, we have a couple blocks here, and as well as a Wizruby attacking us. More than one. Is it going to come back? Perhaps not. So you have to light those torches and then light these torches. So I don't think I'm going to get it this time. I think I have to come back and try again because it's a time thing. You have to get all 4 of those within a certain time limit. Even though they're in different rooms, it still applies the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it moves something in the following room, I believe. Anytime now. Okay. Now we can head into the next room. Otherwise there would have been a wall right here, I believe. So it exposes the rest of the room. So we want to head north. Must set fire to 4 torches to open the way forward. Okay, maybe the wall was vertical, and it showed the hole right there. I honestly can't remember this game. I could be losing a heart by doing this, but we'll try it out. Nope, drops me down right here, where I can find the big key. Find a transporter to this tile with the big key door, but we're not ready to go through the big key door yet. We want to find the treasure here in this dungeon, else we'll run into a problem later in the game for sure. Avoid the trap. And now, we want to head back to where we started the game. Basically, the very first room we went in, I believe, was the one with the very long passageway that had the big chest in it. We also have one more door there that we can't open yet. There's a key blocking that. Let's go ahead and head across, and we're going to try to get to that big chest again. So we have to be quick, and we have to make it across before the floor tiles drop out beneath us, while avoiding the eye lasers. But I just screwed it up, so we're not going to make it through this time. This passageway will lead you back, so that you can try again. It would have been nice if they put a ledge in the last room to let you jump off and try again, but instead you have to go 2 rooms back. pretty much have to time this right with Pegasus Shoes dash and not crash into the wall to open the treasure chest and find the Cane of Samaria. It would be very helpful if you make proper use of it. What a mysterious cane! That completes our inventory of our tools that we can use with the Y button. Equipping the Cane of Samaria, you can press Y to create a block that you can manipulate, and if you press Y again, it will dissipate the block. Our blue blocks are down, so we can open this treasure chest to find the dungeon map. Can't go through this door. I believe that's the door that we already saw, but can't go through just a minute ago. I don't think we went through this top door yet. Let's go and check that out before we go through the big key. This leads to the long passageways. So there are a couple of these, and in this one we find the key that will let us through that door. So there's a second big key door in there that we'll have to open in a minute. But now, just for completion's sake, we can use that key on the door over here just to open it up and look and see what's inside. This is where we would have found the dungeon map. So, no point in opening. We could have saved that key, but we'll find enough keys to make it through the dungeon without a problem. And now to go through the big key door. Shoot, I missed the bubble. Oh well, not a big deal. Now we can use the big key to open this door, which has a transporter. The transporter leads us further into the dungeon, in the room with the other big key door that I just saw moments ago, I mentioned. Avoid the rabbit beam if you can, get on the other side of the blocks there. We can go through the big key door, but I'm going to go ahead and check through this door first. And you can see this is the passageway where we already were. It leads us across that big open room. So nothing that needs to go through here yet. Let's go through the big key door. Here we have the other bridge that will take us across this passageway. And we'll go down further into the dungeon. Down here there's no light, so Link uses his torch to see. We've got a yellow Zol and a locked key door. But you can see that there's no way to open that door to the bottom there, the one that is right here, unless we use the Cane of Samaria. Link can push the block on the switch, and now we don't have to worry about those pressure switches anymore. We can always deal with those. So take out the Stalfos Knight. Let's check out the rest of the room. We've got another Stalfos Knight here, and we can lift this. That'll let us through the room a little better. And we want to move through this door. Inside we've got a couple spike traps. Make your way around those as best as you can. I believe you can avoid those with the magic cape if you want to use a little bit of your magic, but it's not necessary. We've got a door here. And we have moving floors up here, along with a crystal switch. That bubble was determined to chase me down. Got it. So you can see there's a Medusa statue as well as bombs. Now this is a moving floor, so whenever you drop a bomb, you want to make sure that you drop it on a path where it's going to get to where it needs to go eventually. So you see, even if you drop it there, it's not really going to work. You kind of have to hold it, not get hit by the Medusa statue, and throw it where it needs to go. So now we can go through this door. So there's a bubble here and a lot of money that should come in handy after this dungeon. But nothing important. So if you don't figure that one out, if you can't get the timing down, you don't have to worry about that. It's just rupees. So there's the crystal switch. If we need it, we can come back and hit it. But we'll go through this door and see what we're up against. And sure enough, here we are. We're blocked by the orange blocks. So we need to head back up, and the magic boomerang should do just fine. Hit the switch. And now we can get past the orange row here. Now we also have a hole here that is hollow that we can bust through using the bombs. Drop a bomb on the north wall. Watch out for the small Babasu. I'm not sure if those are the same as the ones in the Water Palace. Ice Palace. I'm gonna pretend they are. Looks like those don't stop coming, so you just kind of have to make your way in whenever they are dissipated a little bit. So now we can hit the switch. Head past the blue blocks and head through this door. Ah, the rabbit beam got me. Okay, so we'll take out the yellow Zol here. Looks like they keep dropping. We'll avoid the Medusa statue. And I thought I saw another fairy in here that'll let us... Not fairy, but bubble, that we can get a fairy out of. Let's chase down that bubble. There. Now we're at full health. I used more magic than I intended to, but it shouldn't be a problem. I don't believe we need magic for the boss fight. But there's a crystal switch here if we need it. Don't know if we do, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it for now. Boy, that was not planned well. Yeah, sure enough we do. So, I'm going to head back down. Let's hit that crystal switch. Maybe if I'm lucky I can get this bubble on the way back. If I don't get hit by the rabbit beam. There, hit the crystal switch. Oh my. This is getting to be a little much. 2 bubbles. And I missed. Come on. Okay, full health. Not full magic, but well, it'll do. Avoid the fireball, so let's chase it right. And we are at the boss's lair, ready to enter. A little bit of a warning there with the picture. Let's enter, and we will be facing Vitreous. Vitreous sends his eyeballs out to attack. Fend them off as best as you can, and just like a Ganem, whenever the main eyeball becomes exposed, he will launch a lightning attack. So do your best to avoid it. I am getting my butt kicked. Seriously, seriously hard. Sitting in the corner letting them come to me at the moment. It's not exactly heroic. So yeah, Vitreous really pounded me a little bit there. I was not ready for all that damage. But once you take out all the eyeballs that come and roam at you, you can pretty much just take them down with arrows. So once again, I used a magic potion, a blue potion, and had no need to do that. But better safe than sorry. Link recovers the 6th crystal. Princess Zelda, if you recall, was communicating with us from Turtle Rock. So this is the last of the 6 maidens other than Zelda. Only Zelda remains. Yes, I understand. It's time to save Princess Zelda. Okay, we have one more thing that we can do in the meantime. I'm going to transport myself to the light world in order to do this. So here I am in the Desert of Mystery, and I am going to use the flute to fly to Link's house. Actually, I'll fly to the Great Swamp, because I'll be coming here anyway. So I'm going to go north one screen, and we're going to go through the transporter to the Dark World again. Remember, we had to come back to the Light World in order to do this, because there is no way in or out of the Swamp of Eden. Okay, so we will smash that stake right there, and I'm going to grab that rupee. We have 950 rupees, nearly full. We're almost completely full now. And we can see that the bomb shop has a brand new large bomb in stock. The super bomb. So let's go ahead and grab that. And we can carry it around. For only 100 rupees, we can get this super bomb. So it'll follow us around until Link takes damage, at which point it will give a couple second countdown, and then it'll explode. So be very careful, make sure Link's at full health for this, because the high noxes can present a problem. You're going to want to take it to the Great Pyramid. There was someone who shared a rumor that something was sealed within the Great Pyramid, and if you recall, there's a cracked wall that we were unable to make it through before using normal bombs. So keep the high noxes at bay using the Master Sword's blast. Don't get hit by the Moblin spears. That would be a very unfortunate ending to this bomb. Okay, so now we have a couple Moblins and Snapdragon. Clear them out as best as you can. Careful not to take damage, especially here. We're very close. Make our way up onto the platform. And here in front of this wall we can place the bomb. Press A. We have a countdown. And it blows! Exposing a new room in the Pyramid of Power. A mysterious pond. Won't we throw something in? I will throw the bow and arrow. And a large fairy appears. She gives the silver arrows to us. To give Ganon his last moment, you definitely need them. So she was transformed by Ganon's evil, and gives us the tool we will need to defeat Ganon, the silver arrows. There's something else we can do at this point. We can throw the tempered sword into the pond. She'll reward us for being honest by giving us back the golden sword. The sword is stronger. We can feel the power throbbing in our hand. So The Fighter Sword does 1 damage, Master Sword does 2, the Tempered Sword does 3, and the Golden Sword does 4 times as much damage. In addition to that, if we have something else, an empty bottle, we can throw an empty bottle in, and she will fill it with the Medicine of Magic, a magic potion, green potion. So there you go. That will conclude part 13 of my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda. In our next episode, Link will scale Death Mountain in both the light and the dark world, and enter Turtle Rock to rescue Princess Zelda. So tune in then, and I hope to see you again.